Hey, your man Andrew Wood here. Today we'll be talking about Mutants and Masterminds issue number 4. And tonight, we're still kind of getting scheduling restructure going. Unfortunately, we're only able to actually game for a little over 5 hours, which is very, very short by my standard. In fact, it's just before 1 o'clock now in the morning, and typically we are well rolling past that. You know, we don't typically be playing for another hour, maybe another 2 hours, maybe another 2.5, maybe another 3.5 hours. You know, we roll long, deep game sessions at a little over 5 hours. My mind is still percolated and ready to go. I'm not the kind of game master that burns out. I'll just keep running. You know, I'm like Energizer Bunny. You know, as long as my players are good, are quality, are feeding me, or give me that energy, I'm gonna keep pumping it right back to them. And you know, we're going for a long period of time. Unfortunately, one of my players just started a new schooling thing, and unfortunately, he somehow got class 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning for this culinary school he's going to. And one of the other guys, you know, has other issues. We really kind of needed to staying late was difficult for him. So they're trying to start. They want to start like 3 in the afternoon, and we didn't start to almost 6 today. But they want to start like 3 in the afternoon and run to about 11 at night. Which is kind of unfortunate because really around 11 is when my brain really starts kicking in. I'm more of a night person, and it really starts going. Not that the longer I play, the more lubricated I become as a game master or as a player, and I really like to have that long depth to really consume myself with it. Unfortunately, one of the players couldn't make it over till 7 and some change, so we started just before 6. He's going to get over there a little after 7. Unfortunately, 2 of my players, and this is almost against my rules, but I've known the guys like forever, but they live in the land of too far away, and I don't like the land of too far away because it creates travel complications when people are driving almost an hour to come play the game. But you know, it's tough when people are your friends, and it's like, it's annoying. But enough about that. I'm going to talk a little bit about the game. What we did here in Mutants Mastermind issue number 4. The players hit it up to one of the guy Ramon. Well, we call him Ramon, but his name is Roman. Roman was able to rejoin. He missed the session before because his character got killed, and he didn't play the last session because he had duties in the military, and he came back this session with a new character, basically a character with like electricity sort of powers. You can like fly and like shoot electricity at people, and that sort of gimmick. You know, he joins the other characters, Apex, and Flux. Basically, out of character. They came up with the names. It's completely out of character. They have because Apex, of course, got the Dr. Octopus arms. So they call him Dr. Apetopus, and Frank's character is like a black guy that's wearing a Captain America suit, so he's like the blaxploitation Captain America. They call him Black in America, like 70s style blaxploitation. I love those movies. I don't know, you know, if everyone probably aren't really old enough to even be aware of what blaxploitation is, but it's a really funny movie, especially Blackula. That's fucking outstanding. Come back here, chicken. But that aside, the players really delved into the Illinois area in Chicago, in this basically large slave camp, or almost like concentration camp that's set up and is established perhaps under the rule of these entities, these gods, these angels, whatever they are, and they didn't know appearance of them tonight. But they went there and they fought. They battled these individuals in these strange battle armor suits. And battle armor suits, I sort of said that they're sort of this style that's reminiscent of you know, the Babylonian, the Mesopotamian, and even Indian, as in from India, style of what you see, this depictions of their gods and how they're dressed in this sort of armor. But it's like completely like full battle suits that are done in that armor, instead of like you're not seeing faces or anything. And the guys had these strange ray guns that shot this long beam, and they had these other guns set up. And there's, you know, this whole area. It looks like it was kind of quickly put together. The way I'm describing it, you know, it's a huge fence and a hexagon shape, and that's for the two towers, and they're almost a mile apart. The two towers with these huge guns that are shooting this strange wave, the sonic wave attack, and Apex begins to take them over, and he's using the towers, and the bad guys. Frank's character throws his shield and he's aim, and he's like really messing them up. They were really clobbering these guys, But Ramon's character, Raymond, Roman, call him man what you will. I'll call him by many names, and we do. And we do. His character, again, almost died. Like, he was real close to dying. Like, if you miss a save by 15, you miss a save by like 11 or 12, you came real close to dying. And I thought it was 10, so we had to look it up. So, okay, he didn't quite die, but he got torn up. He was like at -4 injured or something, which is horribly messed up in Mutants Masterminds. He just kept getting blasted on. So they assault this thing, and I'm describing the people and really going into the lifelessness that's in these people, the utter lack of hope, the despair, really setting the tone and the mood and explaining the dregs and the fact these people have been in there for weeks, and there's like buckets of corn they're eating out, just stuck together like steer in a pen. They're eating buckets of corn and buckets of other like low priced food, and they're like shitting in buckets of their shit everywhere. And like when they're fighting, you know, like some earth gets knocked aside, and they'll see people are just like buried, like just barely under the earth, and the maggots that are infesting the flesh, and the flies. Talk about the flies and the smell of carrion as the wind shifts, and the smell of shit. And I really get into details and vivid, gory descriptions of things to give that very dark mood, that texture and tone of stark horror, and what horrendous things await you if you make that slightest of missteps. And at the end, we kind of give it a little cliffhanger. Now, Flux, Joe's character, has been on a thing from the very beginning to find his character's girlfriend who was taken away from him, and Rachel Starr, and he ends up finding her. She comes up with another group of people who appear to be controlling this area. They're hovering about 60 feet in the air, and you have Magneto, the Scarlet Witch, Shadowcat, Quicksilver, and Rachel Starr, who's a pyrokinetic, and her super name is Starfire. I have no idea if there's a character named that or not, but you know that's what name I have for her. And all of them are together, kind of looking at it, and they had knocked down this fence because Joe's used telekinesis to pull one of the towers down, which is kind of cool. And I made him take like 3 rounds to do it, and the fence there is down, the electric fence. But so they start hearing, like, before they show up, this fence starts like rattling and hitting against the ground, and so electricity is like discharging. The people that like tried to escape, but they escaped like over the broken tower, and like some of them slipped and fallen into the fence, so they're all like in the barbed wire. I talk about how it's like ripping their flesh, and they're screaming as Black Americans like trying to help people out, and you know, the people are just like falling on each other and stampeding each other. People are falling to the side. They're trying to run off, but they're all starved and in horrendous shape because they haven't gotten to quite the reason why these people are being held, and what horrible horror. And I guarantee you, probably when we get to issue 5, you're like, oh, ooh, that's a jack for those people, and it is. But they see at the end, Joe looks at his girlfriend, and I do soliloquies in there, and he's brought this powerful soliloquy about, you know, how he's looking in her eyes and how upset he is about the things that they have made her do. Are they controlling her mind? But I'm kind of showing that she's looking at him and seeing that regret, to seeing him with a show in her eyes. Why have you done this? Why have you come against us? Why have you sided with President Lex Luthor against us? And he still doesn't know who they are, what the situation is there, and how Magneto and his group tie in with the angel/gods that we have described in this book of Revelation, the story of Mutants and Masterminds that I am telling here. And that is a part that shall be explained, perhaps, in issue number 5. So thank you for watching. Please feel free to leave your comments as to what you think, or ask for any more explanations about the game. And I do appreciate you guys watching, and have a good one there.